Hey Android fans, this is Eric from hollywoodfrodo.com with another Android app review. Today I'm going to be talking to you about the app Nova Launcher, which is a home launcher app for your phone. Right before I get to that, I do want to remind you that this review is sponsored by andytags.com. Check out andytags.com for really cool NFC stickers and keychains and just finding out all the cool things that you can do with NFC on your phone. So head over to andytags.com after the review. So Nova Launcher, it's a home launcher app. It's been around for a long time. I've had it on my phone for a while, but I used ADWEX as my home launcher. Well, the developer behind ADW pretty much stopped supporting it and developing it, and so as things have moved on and it has not, it's gotten a little bit buggy for me. So I decided to use a different launcher. And Nova's not the only. There are several launchers on the Play Store that are great launchers. But Nova is one of the best, one of the highest reviewed and most downloaded launchers available. There's a free version as well as a paid version. I do have the paid version. So let's hop on my phone so I can show you all the really cool settings and setups that you have available to you when you're using Nova Launcher. So here we are on my home screen, and you are seeing Nova Launcher basically in action right now. It's a home screen launcher. It does what it does. So you got your different screens. It all looks pretty normal. You can see right now, as I change screens, the little indicator is down there on the bottom. As you'll see in a minute, that can be changed. This is my dock that I have, and this is part of Nova Launcher. There's also an indicator for that. I don't have anything on that side. And the little purple flooring, whatever you're going to call that, that is sitting in, that's part of the dock as well. That's also through Nova Launcher. You have gestures, so when I swipe up, it goes to my app drawer. And your app drawer is also controlled by Nova Launcher, and you can change that, as you'll see in a minute. If you swipe down, that brings down my notification. Another cool feature, you can assign swipe actions to specific buttons or apps that you have on your phone, any icon. So if I hold that and swipe, if I swipe up from there, then that launches Google Voice. So those are just some kind of quick, cool things that you can do. But let's go into the settings so that you can really see. Obviously you have wallpaper, manage apps, Nova settings, and system settings. Let's go into Nova settings and just go through these really quick so you can see the different options. On your desktop, you've got all kinds of options. You can change the grid size so that you could have more or less icons, bigger icons, slightly different. You can change the margins around the outside. Persistent search bar. So you can decide if you want a persistent search bar on your screen at all times. I have plenty of ways to access search, so I only have that for landscape, but not for portrait. And then you can choose the style as well, what style you want to have. You can choose to show a shadow at the top and bottom of the screen. You can choose how many home screens you want to have. I have 5 and have that set as my main home screen. Let's go back in there. The effects, you can have different scroll effects. I have none because I just didn't feel like I needed to have that, but you can have all these different effects. So if you are really into like having a cool effect when you're going from screen to screen, then you can do that. All these different options: accordion, flip, vertical, revolving door. Lots of options there for you. Wallpaper scrolling, so you can choose whether the wallpaper scrolls or not, and you can even have it scroll in the opposite direction that you're going. So it really gives a kind of a cool, strong effect. Infinite scroll, which a lot means when you can continue scrolling when you get to the end. Screen 5, you can still keep scrolling, it'll just go back around to 1. If you uncheck that, then when you get to the end, you got to go back the other way. Scroll indicator, you can choose different types of indicators. You saw the one I had on my home screen. And you can decide if you want labels underneath the icons. You might have noticed on my home screen I don't have labels. I don't know, I think it's redundant to have labels and icons, but if you want them there, you can have them there. Resize all widgets just allows you to resize widgets, and then advanced widget overlap, so that when you're resizing widgets, you can have them overlap or underneath other on top or underneath other desktop items. And lock desktop, so you can lock it so that nothing can be changed if you wanted to. Drawer, this is the app drawer, this is where all your apps are. You can choose the size for the grid itself. The scroll effect, again, right now I have none, but you have all these different effects that are available for that. The background transparency, the drawer style, so do you want to go vertical or do you want to go horizontal? Or you can turn it into a list, so instead of having a grid, you just have a list of your apps. Let's see, what else we got? Small tabs, so you can have small tabs that automatically hide, allowing full screen of apps. Menu actions, you can choose what you want the menu to do. The menu button, when you press it when you're in your apps, you can either have it actually open the menu or you can have it go straight to the Play Store, which is kind of cool. Infinite scroll, so that you can scroll through all your screens. Drawer groups, so you can customize tabs and folders for the drawer if you want to. By default, there's just apps and widgets, but you can create folders and additional tabs to make it easier for you. Group your apps together if you want to. And then folders first. So if you create folders, you can have it checked so that your folders will show up first. And then you can also hide apps, which is kind of cool. You can hide apps if you want to hide them from your drawer. Under advanced, you can isolate tabs so that it prevents changing tabs and swiping. You can automatically close the drawer if you launch an app from the drawer. And you can remember the position. So that way, if you go back to the app drawer, instead of going back to the beginning at the top, it returns you to where you were the last time you were in it, which is kind of a cool feature under advanced. The dock is what you saw on the bottom of my home screen. You've got different styles. You see, you can choose different patterns, different shapes, different colors. See, here's the different patterns you can choose. So you have the option to choose any of those that are in there. And you can choose in transparency, the color, all that fun stuff. Oops, that's where it just was. The pages, so you can choose how many pages you have. I have 3 right now, but I only use 2, so eventually I should change that or either add more stuff. Dock icons, you can decide how many icons per each dock. Width margin, how much width you want there to be. If you need more space, you can change that. The height of the dock, so you can choose how high it's going to be, large or medium. You can scroll the icons down. I definitely wouldn't want to do that. They're a little bit smaller on Nova than they are on ADW, and I wish that they could get a little bit bigger than they are. I don't know why anyone would want to scale them down smaller, but anyway, that's an option. You can show a divider between the dock and your regular home screen if you want, and you can choose infinite scroll on your dock as well, which might be useful if you do have 3 or more pages on your dock. And then if you want, you can have the dock as an overlay, which will overlay on top of your desktop. Instead of just being at the bottom and then your desktop is always in this portion, it would be your desktop would be the whole screen, and the dock would just overlay. And then you could have like a gesture that brings the dock up or closes it, which is a cool option if that's something that might be useful for some people. Then you have folders. How do you want the folder preview to be? I have stack right now, you might have seen, but you can also do grid or fan. What do you want the background to be? I have a circle myself right now, but you can change it. You can even customize it, which is cool. And then window. Do you want the window to have a dark background or a light background? Right now I have it as a light background. I mean a dark background, but if you check that it's light, you can change the transparency, and you can decide if you want labels underneath the things in your folder. The one thing I wish is I wish you could have it choose the way the things pop up. I'll show you real quick. If I click this folder over here, that one's not bad because it has 6 items, but oh well, here. This one has 3. I wish that it was 3 across instead of a box like that, but there's not really a way to do that, at least not one that I have found so far. So those are folders. Look and feel. So this is how you can just change the color theme of the whole thing, the icon theme, icon size, the font, your screen orientation if you want it to auto rotate or force portrait landscape, animation speed for the transition animations, the app animation for when you're opening an app, and then show notification bar. You can take that off and not show the notification bar. And then if you have root, you can hide the clock if you want to. Gestures and buttons, this is cool. Home button. So if you're already on your home screen and then you press the home button again, it can do an action or launch an app. I have it launching the voice assistant app right now. And I have it do that only on default screen. So if it's on another screen and I press home, it'll go to the main home screen, and then if I press it again, it'll launch that app. Long press menu, you can change what that does. You can have it do whatever you want it to do. By default, it's search, but you can change it if you want. And then you have all these different gestures which you can assign. You saw that I have the swipe up, opening my app drawer, and the swipe down, expanding the notifications, but there's double tap, there's 2-finger swipe, there's 2-finger rotate, there's pinch in and pinch out. So a lot of cool things, gestures that you can assign as well. And then unread counts, if you want, you can have unread count badges. You do have to install the Tesla unread settings in order to have those. It's a free add-on app by the same developer, so if that's something you're interested in, you can download that, and that way you can have little unread counts by the icon of certain apps like email and text messages. And then new apps, just have to decide if you want to auto add shortcuts to a new app, which I don't have done, and if so, where you want to do it. And then backup and import. This is kind of cool. Import. So I was able to import all my settings from ADWEX into Nova. So I didn't have to go through and reset up my entire phone when I switched over to Nova. I just imported the settings from Nova Launcher, which is awesome. And then once you're using Nova, you can back this up as well, and then restore from a backup if necessary. And that is pretty much it. There are a few things under advanced, nothing really big. Error and usage reporting, restart Nova Launcher, and then you do have the option to have an aggressive desktop. It just basically tries to keep the desktop in memory so you don't have redraws or lag time when you go to your home screen. I'm not facing that issue really, so I haven't used that. And I was facing it a lot with ADW, which is one of the reasons I switched over. So, but if you were, you could check that, and that might be able to help keep it from happening, any lag when you go to your home screen. So anyway, that's Nova Launcher. Again, just all the settings and features, and it's very smooth. One other thing that it does have, and I've shown this before in another context, but if you have Nova on your phone, whether you're using the launcher or not, you do get access to activities through shortcuts. So if you go to shortcuts on your phone and then activities, it'll bring up this list of all the activities that are available on your phone, which sometimes can be useful to do certain things. Under any app, if you click the thing, then you'll see the different activities. It's more of an advanced user thing. Most people wouldn't know what to do with activities, even having access to them, but if you're an advanced user, that's something that might come in handy when you need it. Anyway, that's it for Nova Home Launcher. That was Nova Launcher. As you can see, it's a really great home launcher replacement. Definitely much better than the TouchWiz launcher that Samsung provides with their Galaxy series phones, in my opinion. And one of the best home launcher replacements out there. Just lots of different features and things you can do to make your phone work better for you. Anyway, that's it for this review. If you like this review, please click that like button. If you know anyone who might be interested in watching the video, you can share a link with them through Facebook, Twitter, Reddit. All those fun ways are down there. Check out my channel. Lots of other Android app reviews, tasker tutorials, even product and dog product reviews, NFC tutorials, all that great stuff. Subscribe if you want, or just subscribe to the specific playlist you want to keep up with. And that is about it. Until next time, this is Eric reminding you that your Android phone is only going to be as good as you make it.